Here's this week's property market update for Ealing, West Ealing and Hanwell. Now if you're new to our channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell to not miss out on next week's update. Hi, I'm Jasmine from Castle Hill Properties. Now in the last month, we've seen a shift on properties coming to the market. This week, we've seen a drop compared to last week by 15 properties. Now breaking the numbers down, we've seen an increase in the average sales price for 2 bedrooms in W5 and W13. And the average prices have increased by 5.2% over the last week. Similar to 3 bedrooms in those areas, the average prices have increased by 9.7%. Now in Hanwell, however, we have seen that the figures stay roughly the same in the last 2 weeks. This week we saw a decrease in price reductions by 15 properties. If you're currently looking for a property to buy, but you also need to sell, then check out the link in the description box below to watch our video to give you some advice if you're in this predicament. To break down these figures for you, for all those of you who like the numbers, let's start with this week's market update. Now starting in Ealing for 1 bed, we had 7 that came to the market with the average price of $404,000, slight decrease from last week. 2 beds, 14 came on with the average price of $612,000. For 3 beds, 8 came to the market with the average price of $946,000. And for 4 beds, 6 came to the market with the average price of $916,000, which was a decrease from last week. Moving on to West Ealing, there were no 1 bedrooms this week. But going on to 2 beds, we had 8 that came to the market with the average price of $541,000. For 3 beds, just 6 came on with the average price of $870,000. And lastly, for 4 beds, 5 came on with the average price of £1 million. In Hanwell for 1 beds, we had 6 that came on with the average price of $339,000. For 2 beds, 3 came on with the average price of $459,000. And for 3 beds, 6 came on with the average price of $769,000. And lastly, for 4 beds, we had just the 2 that came on with the average price of $862,000. I hope you enjoyed this week's update, and remember to click on the link in the description box to book in a call with me. See you all next week.